currently. Let me see high on the chart session. If you can see my screen and hear my voice loud and clear, let me see high on the chart session. Hello, hello. Let me see high on the chart session. You can see my chart and hear my voice loud and clear. Let me see high on the chart session. Hello. Please, if you can see my screen. Okay. Yeah. If you can see now, I can see that my voice is loud now. If you can see my chart and hear my voice loud and clear, let me see high on the chart session. Let me see high on the chart session. Is there only one person who can see my chart? Hello, Mr. K, Mr. Joe. Can you all see my chart and hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, you can.
Okay, okay. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Our friends will join us on the way. So today we are going to look at what we said how to identify high probability what setup, because in trading we always want to get what the high move or the major trend, right? What I was saying that in trading, you only need what three things for what for your setup, and that's the directional bias, which is major trend, and then your structure, which is either continuation or what reversal market structure, and again the entry rule, as you all know it already. So we are not going to waste my time. If you look at here, the other day, you asked, some of you asked that price always respecting what which is support and then resistance level than what the order block. Price is always it all works, the order blocks and then the resistance all works, but it's just a matter of what you able to identify some keys in within. I hope you are getting me. So if you are looking for a high probability setup, you must always be what looking your entries, like you must always doing what top down analysis. If you're able to, because the directional bias come from where? From the higher time frame. We all know that the major trend came from where? The higher time frame, and then the minor trend come from what? The lower time frames. And we also know that trend started developing from where? From the lower time frames. That's why this is where the entry rule comes from. Because before you make entry, we are always saying that whenever we have what we have let's say if price is what in the uptrend like this, we are saying that this kind of retracement here, this retracement here also give us what a trend in the lower time frame, right? So as you are waiting, like you were expecting price to come back, let's say here this price is what this trend is from here, from either 4 hours time frame or let's say the day time frame. So if from the 4 hours time frame, meaning that 15 minutes and 5 minutes, when there's a retracement, if the retracement is coming, it will give us what it will give us something like a trend channel, higher highs and what lower lows and lower highs from here before what we get a touch at our what interest point. I hope you are getting me. So it's up to you before you join if you want to join the major trend, it's all about what seeing the same phase, because we say before we say the trend is over, unless what the recent swing high or the recent swing low to what get breakout, right? So here, from here, let's say if you are waiting here before you enter buy, from here you were expecting to what break out from this key level before what market retracement, then you start what buying from there, right? So why not to waste time, let's quickly look at this one. Let's say this one is a 4 hours time frame. How we are getting it? Let's say this chart, this area here, this thing is what 4 hours time frame, right? Let's say this one is 4 hours time frame and this one is a 1 hour time frame. If price, whenever you find yourself in this chart, like you open your chart and you saw something, a break of what resistance level, we got a breakout of what resistance level. There's a difference between order block and demand area. Many traders don't know this thing. There's a difference between what an order block. We said what the order block is what the last bearish candlestick whereby the market what gets breakout from a certain zone, or the last bearish candlestick. So let's say the bearish or bullish candlestick whereby we get the breakout. I hope you are getting me. But order block is whereby when, let's say if you are in a price moving to the downside, the last candlestick whereby we got what a momentum shift. When we say an order block is what is a last either bullish or bearish candlestick whereby we get what the last candlestick whereby we get what a momentum shift from that area. So if you look at this thing very carefully, you can see that after this bearish candlestick here, we got what a momentum shift to the upside. So this one is what our order block. This bearish candlestick is what the bullish order block, right? But getting to this point, we got what some manipulation here. So this candlestick here, you could see that there's a bearish candlestick in within here, and that's the demand area. Because after that candlestick, we got what a breakout. I hope you are getting me. We got a breakout. So maybe you will find yourself that a price came back to the resistance level and it pushed to the upside. Not because of the resistance, but because of what the demand. Because there's a what manipulation. It can be an consolidation point, or it can be like price would what manipulating there, like fighting to break out, or they want to reverse it. They wanted to break out, so it will be some either a lot of bearish candlestick, and then the bullish candlestick will be what creating there. So you identify that area as what your demand. So when price is coming down, I hope you are listening to me. When price is coming for the retracement, it don't need, right? You are not going to looking for entry at the order block. You only look for entry at the order block when we break out from here. How you are getting in? So if price able to, if as soon as price hits this area, then you start looking for what a buying opportunity. You buy here, you place your buy entry here, then you target the next, either the next high or any area you want to take your TP, right? So you don't need to come to the order block. It's all just a matter of what placing your trade here. That's why you are always saying that price is what respecting what the resistance more than what the order block. It's because of what the demand area here. So look at here, the same here. If you come to 1 hour time frame, this one should be 4 candlesticks. Here, this area should be 4 candlesticks. You will see some 4 candlesticks going down here. Like let me try to okay, it's okay. Like price you are going to see something like this. Price will be what creating something like this around here before what a momentum shift. So when price is coming down, it will come back to what this area. it will come back to what? This area before what? We will get a momentary shift to what? To the upside. That's why we said what? The resistance is respecting. Not that the resistance is what? Respecting, but it's because of what? The demand area, right? Okay, so an area that you need to what? Look for what? An order block. A point that you need to look for order block is whereby when price, you will see that here, from here, there's what? No manipulation. I hope you are getting me. There's no manipulation here. So if there's no manipulation, then price will definitely fall down to what? To an block area. Please try to mute yourself to avoid back noise. Try to mute yourself to avoid back noise. Okay, thank you. So price or what will come back to an order block. This and a price that you want to look for an order block area before what? Making an entry. So in this case, if there is no, after the breakout, if there's no manipulation at that point, then you can go ahead and looking for what? Your entry at what? Order block area. You can go ahead and look for, because here, let's say anytime we break out from the order block and we break out from the resistance area or the support area, if price reversing, this is how it played. You can see that there's a top, double top here, right? So this one also helps you to looking for what? Shorting opportunity. So there will be a top price will form what? Either double top or double bottom before what? Coming down. So as soon as we get a double top here, then we look for what? Entry by what? Waiting for breakout, and it will leave us either demand or what? An order block around this area. Then we take a sell trade, right? So price or what? Will come back to your order block area. You take your TP here, then you start what? Looking for buying opportunity. So if you want to trade a retracement trend, this is how we go about it. This is how we go about it, right? So let me give you a typical example from the chart. Let's look at this place here. This is a higher probability setup. If right now I can see price will surely will come back to, price may come back to what? Supply area. If price come back to here, you can see that this is an order block. Resistance level is here. The order block is around this area, right? So here you see, if you find out that there's what? Manipulation at this area, meaning that price or what? Will come back to this key level after the breakout. So if price able to come here, you will say that the support which break out and become what? Resistant is what? Respecting. It's not that because of the support area, but it's because of what? The supply area. Because price got here, it gets a bit manipulation before what? Going down. Meaning that price will come here, then we start what? Selling. Come to here. Look at here. This is a typical example. You could see that this is what? An order block. We got another block here, but look at here. There's an what? A manipulation here. After the break, before the what? The breakout. Before what? The breakout. Price went there and what? Price went there and it starts what? Falling. Meaning that we don't need to wait for price to what? To come back to what? Order block area before what? We start what? Selling. But we can what? Start looking for selling opportunity around what? The supply area. I hope you are getting me. We can start looking for opportunity around what? The supply area. Let me see if there is another example here. Yeah, look at this one too. Now you can see that we got a breakout here. We got a breakout here, right? Now, this is what? Order block. I hope you are getting me, because there's no market manipulation around this area. This is what? An order block. So after the breakout, we what? We start selling, we start looking for what? Buying opportunity around this area. But look at here, always, let's say, you may thinking that anytime the reason why we use a stop loss is what? Detect what? Fake breakout or some fake market structures, or like it helps us what? Not to be what? Getting involved in what? A wrong trend or a wrong setup. I hope you are getting me. So no matter your setup, you can still take a loss. Because look at here, before you can be able to identify, you see that price is what? Moving. Price were moving to the upside, right? When you go to the lower time frame, let me try to divide this chart so that, yeah. I'm coming. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I just want to show you. So here is what 4 hours time frame. I hope we can all see. We can clearly see that price is what price came back to what an order block area. It started what moving from here. It started pushing to the upside. We started what pushing to the upside from here, right? And later on, price starts moving towards to the downside here. Before you can able to identify, before you can see, or I can help you to what leave this market. The thing is that whenever price come back to an order block area or the demand area, we will definitely get some what some rejection. It can be mini rejection, or it can be what a major one. So what you do is that we can clearly see that we can all see that from here we got price got a move. You can see that from 30 minutes time frame too, that price is what pushing to the upside from here, right? Price is what moving. We place a buy entry around this area. Price started what moving to the upside, and all of a sudden we found out that price is what giving us what like a consolidation around this area, and later on this is what a demand. This point here is what our demand area, right? This point here is demand area, and here is supply area. We are still in the trade. I hope you are getting me. We are still in the trade. So what we do is that before, if you want to join, or if you want to exit this market, you have to what? Mark this area out. Because price pushed the upside, later it came down. If went back to the demand, the supply area, it failed to create another high, and it came back to the downside. It failed to create what? A low, and then it went back to the upside, and later we break out from that area. So right after the breakout, if you are in, then you need to what? Exit yourself what? From the market. I hope you are getting me. So if you are in here, you place a buy here. Don't wait for price to come. Let's say you have broke even, you put your stop loss around here as your break even. Don't wait for price to come back to hit your break even, because right after the breakout from this area, mean that it tells you that price must come back to this key level. It must come back to this order block area before the half move, or it will break out from that area. So for you to get involved again, when price come back to the order block again, don't place a trade, don't buy, don't sell. But what you do is that you are only interested in what? Looking for either buying opportunity or selling opportunity. Because we all know that some reversal point or some reversal patterns can give us what? Some retracement can give us what? The reversal. We all know that some of the retracement can also be what? A reversal patterns. So always you have to be what? Meaningful. You have to be careful. Like you have to steadily follow the market movement, not what we think. You always need to what? Following the market movement, not what you think that this is how price is going to, or not what you are expecting, but your expectation should be what? Equal to the market movement. I hope you are getting me. So when price gets here, you don't need to what? Placing any trade. But what you need to do is that you must what? Wait for price to what? To break out from this area, this supply area. If you want to buy, you have to wait for price to break out from this area before what? You look for entry around the horse. Either it will give us either demand or a certain order block before what? We start buying from there. I hope you are getting me. So if you look at here, now before we got a breakout here, there's what? A demand, a supply area around these key levels. There is what? A supply, right? So you mark that supply area out, and he said, no, since we are the major trend, you always have to what? Think about the trend. Don't trade against the market trend. Don't trade against the market trend. So since we are in the uptrend, when price gets here, you don't need to what? Start selling or start placing a trade. Just that I just want to show you that the supply area and the demand area also what? Works. It gives us what? A supply area here. Price came to that area and it starts what? Falling to moving to the downside. I hope you are getting. The reason why you don't need to sell, you see that price came to the demand area. Let's say your stop loss is around, maybe you took a short trade around this area. Definitely you place your stop loss maybe around this area, and then your entry is around this area. You could see that your stop loss hits, right? But price went down again. That's why I said, so far as price is in the what? In the uptrend, don't trade until we break out from what? This area. If you break out from this order block area, then you will be what? Expecting price to come back to this key level before what? We start what? Selling from here. You can see that price came back to the supply area and it starts what? Falling to the downside, a very massive what? Falling. All of you are getting me. So that's all about what? Looking for high. Let me see if I can get another example around this area. Euro, NZD, USD. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So if you have any question, yeah, you will see that the same thing around this area. We got this one, break out, and the other block push to the outside. If there's any question, you can mute yourself, then you ask right now. If you have any question, you can just unmute yourself, then you ask. Hello. Mr. Joe, do you have any question? J.O. Hello. Mr. K.
Bob.
Do you have any question?
Not really. Not really. What I'm seeing now is that hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, what I see is that this second structure towards the right.
This.
Yes, this one.
This one.
No. Come down.
This one.
This one. Yes, this one.
Okay.
Let me just start it. I can write on the screen. I don't have the need of writing on the screen. Okay, I can write. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I can write. You see this smaller candle here?
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Sometimes when people don't know that place, there's one who was teaching that they said that what do you call it?
Demand area. Demand or resistance.
Yeah, and there's that another block that we hold is the one that is by a demand or a supply zone.
Yeah.
Most times we'll be waiting for the market to come down to the last candle that is here.
That one you wait for a very long time, price might not come.
Yes. Another thing again, I want to confirm is that you see this level. What do we call this level? And this level?
Yeah. You see that most of the time I do it in this form because people don't understand market retracement. Let's say already price is in the uptrend, right? There's an uptrend here, right? I hope you are getting me. So anytime price is coming back for retracement, say you have a high. Let me use this one. If you are having a high here, whenever price is coming down, coming for retracement, it will give us a trend, right? Before the up move. Sometimes it will give us equal prices, which is something like this. Then it will take a liquidity, then before the up move. I hope you are getting me. So this area also a trend channel. I hope you are getting me here. This area is a trend channel. So when price got here, sometimes it will that's why I said some retracement can be a reversal. So whenever price gives you something like this, if price will reverse, it will respect around this area and give you a very strong momentum to the downside and come back and break the recent swing low. It will fail to create a high. So if price fail to create a high, meaning that it might reverse. If price fail to create a high, it might reverse. But if it didn't, then we can be it can continue.
Can I ask a question here?
Yeah, ask.
Is there any possibility in drawing a demand zone like this? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's also be the demand zone now, but
Mm-hmm. You see that?
do we now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
But you know this block, this candle block you're using now, is on this view, is on theta view. But if you switch it, if you switch to a normal candle, you will see that this a bearish, that one bearish candle that is in between there. Okay? That created if you have a wick down here. So you understand what I mean now?
Yeah.
So sorry, my phone is moving. Should we now also take this down one now to add it to this demand? The upper one is supply zone, taking this, because there's no one can throw away this place here. Is it possible to take away? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You see this area here, before we will get what a demand area, price will reject and come back and kiss this area here, right? It will reject and come back and kiss this area here, and sometimes it will leave us what a weak rejection to the upside. Yeah. I hope you are getting me. That is why you wait. You see, sometimes let me do it this way. Price or what? It will do something like this. We will get something a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, and then a low here. Equal high, right? And we will break out. When it's coming down for retracement, it will come and what? Take equal price around this area before what? We continuation to the upside. I hope you are getting me. When price coming back for the to the retracement, which is the downside, it will come this weak rejection here. It will come and take the same price and push to the upside. That is why sometimes something like this, when you want to place a trade, it's either you take it from the beginning, which is weak rejection, the top rejection, or you wait for price to come back here. So what I am always doing is that I will just set in pending order, because sometimes you kiss this area and start pushing to the upside. So I'll be expecting 2 entries. I will be placing first one from the weak rejection at the top, and then the last one will be what? Around this rejection here, right? And then my stop loss what will be below, right? Because when price break out from that area, meaning that it's going to give us either equal price if it is consolidation, or it's going to be reversed. So since I don't know how price will place, I will just be placing my stop loss below here. I hope you are getting me. So if I place my stop loss here, then my expecting price to go by to start pushing up around this key level. If you stay, then it will come and hit my stop loss. I will be okay. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah. The second one is, can you move the shaft a bit upward?
Come again.
Move it upward. Yeah, move it up. So I can mark something clear. No, yeah. Take the shaft. Just take the shaft up. Move it, the screen up a bit. Your screen, move it up.
Oh, okay.
It's too much. It's too much. Okay. Oh, take it down. Take it down. Not this one. The one we have seen before. Okay, it's okay like this. It's okay like this. Now what I want to get right is, let me clean it up. All right. what I'm saying is this. In marking out a, here is the top is the demand, is the supply zone, while the low is the demand. All right. Ability. While you are trying to mark out this zone, are we not going to take this place out of it?
The reason why we mark that zone is that when price break out from this area, the next point that price might reject to the upside is this area. I hope you are getting me. So because when price come back to this area and start pushing to the upside, you won't be like surprised, right? You won't be surprised. We only like the trend. See, we are in the uptrend. The trend will always the trend will be changed. Like we can say we are now in the downtrend, or the uptrend is over when we break out from this area. If this area is not breaking out, we are still in the uptrend. So here, if price come back to this key level here, price might moving to the upside. When price gets here, that's whereby you are going to looking for market structure, either a double bottom or inverse head and shoulder before you start looking for buying opportunity around this area. The reason why we wait for a structure form around this area is because since we are break out from this area, the demand area, meaning that price can reverse and continue to continue falling to the moving to the downside. So you must always be that's why I said you must always following the movement of the market, not what you think. So when price started create a certain pattern, which is a bullish pattern around this other block here, meaning that we can go in for buying opportunity. But when it fail and it break out, then we wait for price to come back to the area, the same area, give us a certain pattern or a certain structure, then we look for shorting opportunity. I hope your question answered.
Yes. Now, meaning in the near future, this market will still come back to keep.
Exactly.
Future, that means
will
still come to this other OB.
Yeah.
Now, any possibility for us to be waiting for a market structure at the OB level.
Mm-hmm. Come again.
You get it?
Come again.
If I said any possibility, because sometimes a lot of people like I used to be, which I'm generally much more better, understand market structure. But when the market is a bit manipulated, then it leaves behind a confusion.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask is this. Now that the market, a lot of people are waiting for the market to come here now, and the market did not come. The market only reacted around this level and move up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, definitely we know that we don't say what we think, we say what we see. But in thinking, you still have to see that in the nearest future, the market is coming back to retest this other block. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point in time, a structure here has been broken.
Okay. If price able to respect this area and it push to the upside,